We are presenting from Welsh Track Publications the circular letters, all the circular letters listed in the Signs of the Times from 1833 to 1881, which was the year of BB's death. One might ask why. After all, if one has already digital signs, all the circular letters are in there, along with about 7,000 other bookmarks. So, in a sense, the bookmarks are very helpful, but they can also get in the way of doing what you need to do to find specific information. So it occurred to me that most people, when they read the signs, read the articles or the editorials. They rarely read the circular letters of the different old school Baptist associations. Brethren, there are treasures in those circular letters, which most Baptists have not read because they've become relatively obscure documents. In most cases in these associations, the moderator was the man who wrote the circular letters, although not always. And you might wonder, first of all, if we had each year of the signs with only the circular letters bookmarked, it would make things much faster and easier to read just the circular letters. So we went through each year as a separate volume, and we bookmarked only the circular letters, nothing else. Although in all the years after 1836, you have the complete signs in those files again, but we're focusing on the circular letters. But it also occurred to us that you might not know much about those associations. Some of them were rather obscure. There was one association in California, another one in Oregon, another one in Michigan. And so even more obscure might be the people who wrote those circular letters. So we spent a considerable amount of time after bookmarking each file looking for information on the moderators of that association for that year and information on the circular letter, or the association that produced that circular letter, more accurately. So, for instance, let's take a thing. You will see this in your flash drive when you put it in the computer. You will have an Open Me First folder, and the purpose of that folder will have this very presentation that I'm making now. For those who maybe have forgotten how to use this or don't know quite what's in it, this will be a YouTube link to the presentation that I'm doing now, which will be posted on YouTube as well. Now, I should tell you, brethren, sadly enough, that the post office has raised shipping rates on me from $5 and something cents to $10, or close to $10. And so I've had to raise the price of the flash drives from $50 to $60 to cover my shipping costs. Sorry about that, but that's just the way it works. Anyway, so for instance, you see this. Let's pick a year. And some of these years, just like the signs, are clearer than others. But if you click on, let's say, scroll down, 1869, let's say, and you open it, of course, with Adobe Acrobat. Now you will see that this is a rather small print, but if you go here, you can increase the size of it until it becomes very readable. Okay? And if you click on the bookmark button here on the right side, you will see all the different associations with, as close as possible, the month and the date and the year in which these circular letters were produced. Now, what can happen with Adobe or PDF files is they are very powerful. You can link to a bookmark, a website, information. You can make a commentary on a particular person and insert it as a comment. And this is playable and viewable on any device, whether it be a mobile device or a computer of any kind. PDF is a universal format. So, for instance, if we click here, it'll take us to this circular letter here. The Baltimore Association in 1869, William J. Purrington. Now, it would have taken me eons of time to re-enter information for each person. Okay, we have information on Purrington, which in some of the bookmarks, especially at the beginning of the bookmarks, is listed. So, here, nothing pops up, but you can read it. And of course, if it still's too small for you, remember, you can zoom into it until it's very clear to read. Now, if you click on another one, well, let's say the Warwick Association, you have Philander Hartwell, which we have information on. It's not displaying it here, but it's there. Let me see if I can find one that has information that pops up. And if you don't see this thing right away, you just shrink it a little bit and you'll see the circular letter appears there. Let's see, Salem Association, nothing pops up. Okay, I would have to pick the one that didn't show anything. Let's see. Let's go down. Mad River. There it is, but it doesn't show anything. Let's see if this one pops up. Yeah, there's an example. And this goes right into individuals. So for instance, I've linked up Pittman's biographical history of primitive or old school Baptist ministers of the United States, which has many of these ministers listed, but not all of them. So you say, well, I can't read that. Well, that's no problem. That's why you have the zoom lens, and then you can make it as big as you want. Okay, here's Salmons, which was one of the men mentioned there, and you can scroll it around. Now, this links right to that using your browser, and it goes right to the exact location which I've looked for. Okay, so all the salmons are listed here, and you can just click to the page number. It'll take you there. Okay, if it goes scrolling down more, it should take you to this page. Yeah, and that's the index in the back, but if you scroll up, you'll be able to see that one. Click on here. Elder Salmons is there, and here, W.W. Salmons tells you his dates and information about him. Okay, which you can of course increase the zoom on and read. So this is it makes these circular letters eminently useful for research and for learning. Now let's close this up. So you can see that we've gone through all the years. If we close this file, you can see that we've gone through all the years in this folder up until 1881. Now just to make sure, we've provided a PDF file of the entire biographical dictionary written by Pittman. So if you right-click that and go to open it, this is just Pittman's book. Okay, and you can make this as big as you want. I haven't gone through the bookmarks for each minister since they mentioned 800 ministers, and you can just as easily search them. So for instance, if you're in this tool, you click on Find and you type in BB and hit return, instantly takes you to that spot. Okay, and now, so there you have it. This is an amazing tool. It'll come in one flash drive, and the flash drive will be called a circular letters flash drive. Now, in the future, we would like to be able to type each of these circular letters and make them into totally regular text. So you can make them into a book or copy and paste them whenever you want. Now you can copy and paste from these signs PDF files, but the copying and the pasting becomes problematic because of the age and the misinterpretation of the PDF program of some of the words. In most cases, it's just easier to type them, brethren, or just read them. Now, it does a pretty good job of searching, but not a very good job of pasting. And that's what the second version of this circular letters will be, actually typed where you can copy and paste exact portions of it. And brethren, again I tell you, these are treasures, tremendous doctrinal articles that give you insight into the views of these different men. Now, there are others. If you have the Old School Baptist Periodicals flash drive, we include other old school papers in it. They also have circular letters. In the next flash drive, sometime in the future when I get around to it, we will make a circular letter volume 2, which will include circular letters from those other Old School Baptist papers. And it'll be to your edification, we hope. Thank you very much.